called the cheerleading zone. Dr. McGee, come on up.
How you guys doing? How you guys doing? So I know your principal kind of taught you guys manners when someone's speaking and listen to them for a minute. We can try to teach you for a minute. So what we're going to do, they're about to show you guys, your school. You know what? So let me ask you this. Do anybody watch the news? There's the news. Anybody watch the news last night at 10 o'clock? Who watched it at 10 o'clock last night? Did anybody watch ABC at 10 o'clock last night? Anybody? Somebody did? Nobody? So if you would have watched ABC last night at 10 o'clock, you would have saw your school. Can y'all believe that? You saw it? Did you see it? Okay. Are we ready? We're about to show that interview last night. We're going to roll that back when they get the sound working. So while they're doing that, I'm trying to get the sound working. I don't want to waste time. Let me tell you guys this. Before I get into why I'm here, let me tell you about what we're about to do. We're going to have some fun stuff. We got DJ Ty from Power 92. At some point, he's going to let y'all do some dancing. He's going to let y'all get turned up. But before y'all get turned up, we are going to have a message. Okay? We're going to have a message. And we're going to need y'all to listen. Once that video shows, I'm going to tell you, actually, let's do. Y'all wouldn't believe that? Why not? Because of the way I'm dressed? Y'all discriminate? How is a doctor supposed to dress? Huh? How should they dress? I should have a lab coat on? But what when I'm not working about when I'm not working? How should I dress? I can't dress down. I can't wear a sweatsuit. I can't wear my Blues gear. I'm a Blues season ticket holder. I can wear my Blues gear. But listen, my point is this, and I want to get everybody's attention for a second. Please let me get y'all attention. You can't judge a book by its cover, right? Because that's what's happening to y'all. When y'all dress a certain way wearing a hoodie, people will judge you. They don't know how smart you are. They don't know where you come from. So we got to be careful in how we perceive people. And you also got to be careful in how you represent yourself. All right, so they got it ready. Let's do it.
Security surrounding downtown Chicago ramped up this weekend. Also ramping up, more talks to better connect and engage with youth.
Just trying to find an innovative way of doing these things.
Dr. Michael McGee is the founder of Non-Project Outreach and Prevention, or P.O.P.
Our mission is basically to do what we can to alleviate violence in our youth by showing them positive career goals as well as positive behaviors.
P.O.P.'s tactic, meet the youth where they're at and listen.
Our youth are having a lot of concerns. They feel unloved. They feel like their voice is not being heard. So we try to show them some positivity in everything that we actually care and love them.
P.O.P., in partnership with multiple community groups, will launch their annual Peace, Unity, and Love Tour as part of National Youth Violence Prevention Week. The week-long tour in Chicago and Northwest Indiana comes after the so-called teen takeovers downtown and a weekend where at least 4 children were shot Among the victims, a 6-year-old and the youngest, a 3-year-old, shot within one another.
And I think what goes unnoticed mostly is that those shootings that happen daily here in Chicago by the end of the summer matches all the children shot across the nation.
Dr. Ken Wilson, a trauma surgeon at University of Chicago Medicine, says gun shot is increasing and the ages of victims are getting younger. According to the Gun Violence Archive, 1,862 children under 18 years old have been killed or injured by gun violence across the U.S. so far this year.
These are supposed to be the happiest stretches of your life. You're not supposed to extend this paralyzed.
Dr. Wilson will be one of the featured speakers on P.O.P's tour, which kicks off Monday at Englewood STEM High School.
Giving these kids a safe community and a sense of belonging, that is probably the most important thing that I can do.
We want to let people know that, hey, join us to help save a life by mentoring Kid for Life. And that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. I need 3 minutes of your time, and I'll tell you why. So I'm here doing this because this is what I do. I'm an ear doc, and I'm from the South Side, but the deep South Side, which is Gary, Indiana. Who knows about Gary, Indiana? All right, I'm glad y'all know. So at one point, Gary had the highest murder rate per capita, meaning for years, that was a place where people got shot, and that's where I grew up at. I grew up in every project in Gary. I used to fight all the time. I used to box, take martial arts. I knocked out 8 people in my life. And guess what? Back then, I've been shot at. I've been shot at 3 times. You hear me? 3 times. And it's because of the grace of God that I'm alive today. And so I went on to become a doctor. And so now I fix people instead of knocking them out. And what I see now as an ear doc at Gary is a bunch of kids that look like y'all. They come in, they've been shot, I try to save them, and then they die. And then guess what? I gotta go tell their mom, I couldn't save your son. I couldn't save your daughter. And so I got tired of seeing that. And so myself and the chief of trauma, I was the chief of ER, organized a program called P.O.P. It means Project Outreach and Prevention. So we've been going out in Northwest Indiana, Chicago for years, talking to youth about what we see as ER docs and trauma surgeons. And it's horrendous. It's horrendous. And we do things to try to tell you guys, we can do better. We can do better. And your parents want you to do better. And your friends want you to do better. And so we started P.O.P. and we go out and we bring the DJs, we bring the people that y'all like, that y'all know, we let y'all have some fun. We let some of y'all classmates do some entertaining. We bring out entertainers. And that's what we do. We get your attention, and then we try to give you a good message. And so my message is this: 3 things. One reason why I'm here is because we got to do something, right? We got to do something. And if no one else is doing it, you can't wait on the governor. You can't wait on the president. You can't wait on the police. We got to take control of our actions. And that's what we got to do. We got to have the input of our youth. Y'all got to recognize that y'all do matter. That y'all are important. And y'all life does matter. The second reason why I'm here is because violence is an epidemic. Anybody know what an epidemic is? What is it?
Something that spreads, I think. I said something that spreads.
You said something that's bad. That spreads, okay. So, he's right. Epidemic is something that's bad, that spreads. So y'all just had an epidemic, right? What was y'all epidemic that y'all just got through? COVID. But before COVID, what epidemic did we have? I'm about to show y'all what an epidemic is. I'm about to show y'all what an epidemic is. I want the cameras to get this. And I ask this everywhere I go. How many of you guys have a family member that's been shot or killed by guns? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you know a family member. Now I want y'all to stand up. Everybody who know family member that's been shot or killed, just stand up, yo. Come on, I'm doing this as a project here. I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. So all you guys standing have a family member that's been shot and killed. And that's it. been shot or killed by guns? A close friend. Stand up if you have a close friend that's been shot or killed. I want all y'all to stand up. Give me like 2 seconds to do that. Because I want everybody to see and look around. Look around. Look around. That's an epidemic. Go ahead and sit back down. That's an epidemic. All right? And the last reason why I'm here, and all these other people are here, is because we love you. We love you. And we got to do better. And we want to how you guys take the responsibility to make it better. I'm about to show another video. This video that I'm about to show, get it teed up, yo. This video that I'm about to show is what we did last year during National Youth Violence Prevention Week. That's what's happening this week. It's National Youth Violence Prevention Week. And we're going to multiple schools doing the same thing. Tomorrow we'll be at Kennedy King. And we're going to be talking to 18 and 24 years old who are really at risk. Do you guys know the #1 killer of young black men aged 10 to 34 is homicide? It's guns. The #2 killer of Hispanic men aged 10 to 34 is homicide. It's guns. FBI data shows black data where people get killed who are black. 87% are black men. 76% of them are killed by an acquaintance. Somebody you know. Somebody who you've heard of. Somebody who runs in your circle. It's not somebody you know off the street, it's somebody you know. And then when they ask, well, why are these people getting shot or killed? People think, what? Why do y'all think people get shot and killed nowadays? Say it again. Who think they get killed or shot because they're in a game? Raise your hand if you think that. You guys think that most people get shot or killed in a game. What's another reason? All right. The #1 reason for the past 8 years that I've been looking at this data from FBI black homicide data for why people are getting shot and killed is altercations, interpersonal violence. People get into some beef, somebody get beat up, somebody get shot. And then now you got brothers who are 5 of their friends, they get into a beef with 5 of their friends, and now it's a shootout. And now innocent people getting shot. So that's the real deal. It's interpersonal. We gotta learn how to cope. We gotta learn how to solve and conflict resolute. So this video we're showing is what we did last year when we went from school to school to school. The first place I went was to the Juvenile Detention Center. Okay? The second place we went was right in Englewood. And then we went to North Lawndale, and let me tell you about North Lawndale, and I'll be done. When we got to North Lawndale, all the students that looked like you were sad because one of the star basketball players had got into a fight 2 days before and got shot in the head. And he was in ICU. So you guys are going through a lot. And y'all don't even recognize it sometimes because you're immune to it. So we just gotta do better. So let's show that video. Lights.
You want your best, you want just love. You want.
2020, firearms were the leading cause of death among children and teens in the United States. That according to a New England Journal of Medicine report published last month.
It is trending upward. The research shows firearm-related injuries that year were up 29% from the previous year.
Turn it up, please. Turn it up, please.
I know it's hard, but you gotta keep your head up. It's all a soul man, you're the process, you're the strong. Yeah.
You ain't gotta tell me, I know it's hard out here, but please don't forget that it's a God out here. I know they shooting and they killing and they rob out here. I know it's hard. you got how the staff and the teachers dance today. This is National Violence Prevention Week. Let's take 10 seconds of silence and say a brief prayer for your classmate who just got injured and shot yesterday. So.
We want to thank Dr. McGee.
Gun violence. Gun violence has been there for years, and it's getting worse with COVID.
What's up, y'all? I'm Dave Control.
What up, Professor Control?
And Dave Control, and we are Future.
She ain't meant to fall in love. She just wanna listen to love. Got it in there, show love. What you gonna get it up? Like a 6 phone.
For the pop organization that put the Queen's give a nice, loud round of applause for Dr. McGee. The #1 killer for all kids, not black, brown, or white, all kids under 19 is gun violence.
Not looking at the actions of one person as far as law enforcement and apply that to everyone else. You don't want every law enforcement officer or every person that you encounter to look at you and think because you are black or brown that you're uneducated, that you're a criminal.
Next, I want to acknowledge, thank, and congratulate Dr. McGee, the P.O.P organization, as well as the folks from P.O.P as well. Congratulations on receiving the Violence Prevention Award, and thank you for all that you do.
Feel the bullet when it hit me. I kind of just woke up and I'm looking up at the sky. I was trying to get help, and they came and got like a little T-shirt and they put pressure on my neck, and that was one of the things that helped save my life.
Feel free to clap it up, guys. That was a lot of work last year. We're doing the same thing this year. And we got DJ Hot Rod's videographer. Raise your hand, videographer Leo. That's Hot Rod's videographer who's videoing everything we're doing. We're gonna do the same thing this year. Next, I want to go ahead and introduce somebody from your area. Somebody who's really from the south side of Chicago. Somebody who I've been knowing for several years. I'm like his mentor, but he doesn't need me to mentor because this guy's doing great things. You guys have seen this guy all on TV, on CNN. He's probably trained some of you guys in trap, which is his technique for teaching people in the community how to stop the bleed, do CPR, and all kinds of life-saving tactics. I'm going to go ahead and introduce to Brother Abdullah Pratt, who has a wonderful story as well.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all feel? Y'all don't sound like y'all feel. How y'all feel, man? Shout out to Englewood still. So, my name is Abdullah Pratt. I'm an ER doc, just like Dr. McGee right here at the University of Chicago. How many of you all been there for any reason as a hospital, home or any of that? Unfortunately, I take care of a number of you all, right? So my whole presentation today is going to be dedicated to a fallen hero right here at you all school who was part of my programs here today. So I'm just giving her, I'm going to give her a moment of silence for like 10 seconds. Can we all do that? Can we all give DJ a moment of silence? Moment of silence for y'all fallen hero, man. All right, let's get it. So, one thing that I want to make sure that all of the students here leave with is what to do in the situations that Dr. McGee just talked about. So all of you all are one of the most likely neighborhoods in the whole country that walking outside of here you can get shot. I don't have to tell y'all that because y'all know that better than anyone. I grew up in these streets too. I lost my older brother, most of my closest friends to gun violence. Some of them I pronounced dead myself in my own trauma center in Chicago. So I know when I say it's real, y'all feel like it's real. And so one of the things I do here, and I've had the blessing from Mr. Assar as well as Ms. Kimbrough to come in and do, is train you all's next generation of doctors, nurses, paramedics, and EMTs who are part of you all's Health Allied program. So some of the things they learned to do was how to deal with gunshot wounds. And Nate was one of those students. So we taught her back in December, and we had high hopes for her. So we're going to make sure that her life doesn't go in vain. But if it's one thing that I can tell you all, what Dr. McGee asked you all about what leads to violence, it's going to be three big things. Poor conflict resolution. So that means that can't nobody take an L. Somebody challenge you, you don't know how to back down, you're going to be like, hey bro, I'm without a smoke. If you here, I'm here. Here's my location, come find me. Most of my patients, like you all, come in from something like that. Everybody getting backdoored as well, not being aware of their surroundings. So always remember your surroundings. Don't just sit in cars texting, letting your phone charge. A lot of my closest patients who I've lost that have hurt me, that's how they died. But the other big thing that I do is bring you all a message from the people that you all listen to. So my job also brings me into contact with the Lil Durks, brings me in contact with the G Herbos, brings me in contact with, before they died, the FBG Ducks and others. And the one thing that they all wanted is that if you all don't have to be in the streets, they don't want y'all in the streets. If that wasn't the life that you all were born into, ain't no point in trying to go out there and get it. So for the next few minutes, we are going to teach you all a little bit of what to do when you all are in a situation where someone is shot. Can I get 5 minutes to teach you all what to do if somebody is shot? Is that okay? All right, let's get to it. And some of y'all classmates are going to help me out a little bit. We're going to go behind this desk and we're going to talk through it. So, big thing that you all need to know are the ABCs. Y'all know y'all ABCs, but a different type of ABCs. So A is always going to be for alerting 911. So calling them, getting them there quick as possible because the ambulance takes longer than you think. It also takes longer than you think to get to that trauma center, even if it's right down the street. So the things you need to let them know are, number one, where you are, a landmark, what happened, that you need an ambulance, and then ultimately you need to let them know that the shooter has left the scene. Why is it so important to let them know that the shooter has left the scene? What do you want?
If the shooter is still on the scene, the ambulance not gonna come.
Bingo. So did y'all, how many of y'all knew that if the shooter is still around and they haven't cleared it, that the ambulance will not come help you, your friend, your family, nobody? Right, good. I personally saw OTF Newski die that way, personally. Like literally saw him bleed to death and nobody came to help him. The police set up yellow tape while my man's died. And it was because they thought the shooter was still there. So that's important. The next is the ABC. So you found A for alert. B stands for find the bleeding. So if you shot in the head, if you're shot in the chest or the belly, there's not much that you all can do about that except get help there as soon as possible. But the main way that people die that's preventable that I see in my trauma center are people shot to the arms and legs. How many people here thought you could die from being shot in the arm or leg? Not that many. You can. I see it all the time. I have pronounced people dead from losing blood from an arm or a leg wound all the time. So if you see life-threatening bleeding, that means you need to do something. They're going to die. So what does life-threatening bleeding look like, you all? Is it just a little paper cut? Is it shooting out? What would you all say life-threatening bleeding looks like?
Bleeding out. Fusing.
So blood that's pooling. So if you see blood pooling, soaking the whole chest, soaking the pants leg, you all need to find that wound and then you all need to help stop that bleeding. All right, so that's the B, is find the bleeding. The last letter is C, which means compress the wound. So they're all going to show you what we mean by compress the wound. You feel like? Okay, so she's going to hold my mic up. So the first thing you do, this is somebody's leg. All of these are kind of mock legs, mock arms that have gunshot wounds or stab wounds in them. If you all can all see, this is a big gunshot wound right here. So if this wound is in somebody's leg, if it's shooting out blood or blood is pouring out, that person has minutes to live. Not 20 minutes, not 30 minutes, not an hour. They could die very, very fast in that amount of time. So the first thing you want to do is the C. So ABC, C stands for compress the wound. So they're all going to show you what we mean by compress the wound. So you want to take your fingers and you want to compress the wound at about the 12 o'clock position, really aiming towards the heart. So if this is a leg right here, aiming up towards the heart, at the top point of that wound, you want to squeeze, apply pressure until that bleeding stops. And that's going to hurt, but you're going to say, I'd rather you hate me and be alive than love me in a casket. So you're going to hold that. If all you do is that until help arrives, that's 100% on your test. If you stop that bleeding from coming out, you could literally save a life. I have people who have gone to Englewood schools, not STEM, who have literally been in that situation and saved their brother's life. The next thing that you all can do if you've got multiple wounds is you can pack a wound. You can use quick clot, you can use gauze, you can use a tampon, a maxi pad, a t-shirt, anything that's going to soak up blood, and you're going to open that up and stuff it in the wound. And so I'm going to show you all on this limb right here. They're all going to show you as well. Yep, they can open there and open you all's packages. And all you're doing is you're going to stuff into the wound until you can't pack anymore, okay? So I'm stuffing into that wound. I'm stuffing into that wound as much as you can, and that's going to hurt too. Just watch out for sharp bones, glass, any of those things. You can move around to the next wound. You can pack that wound as well. So again, just pack it until nothing else gets in that wound, and then you're literally helping save a life that way. The last thing that I'm going to show you all is how to use a tourniquet. So how many people here got guns in their house? You ain't got a dry snitch. They could be legal or illegal, right? If you got a gun in your house, you should have a tourniquet. Okay, a tourniquet looks like this. When you open it up, it looks like that, okay? The goal of a tourniquet is to go over the wound, closer to the heart, and it's supposed to cut off the circulation to that wound, okay? So I'm gonna slide it on over. I want it above the wound. That's super important, okay? Make sure that your tourniquet is above the wound, and then you're gonna pull it tight, as tight as you can, and then you're gonna start twisting the pin, okay? So you're going to twist either way, it doesn't matter. And the goal in twisting is like a faucet. You want to twist it until the blood from these wounds stops, and then you're going to lift this little tab, and then you're going to lock it in, okay? So I've locked it in, I've covered it back up, and the blood from all of these wounds should have stopped. If you need to put 2 on, put 2 on, but the higher you put it, the better. So let's go through it one more time. ABCs, A, alert 911, tell them where you are. Right, who's been shot, what you need, and that the shooter has left the scene. B stands for find the bleeding. Find that wound, you gotta lift up a pants leg, lift up a skirt. You're not trying to get free peeks, you're trying to see the wound, okay? C stands for compress the bleeding. So hold pressure, pack the wound, put a tourniquet on, man. So that's my time, you all. If you all have questions about that afterwards, come holler. If you all are interested in medical careers, talk to Ms. Kimbrough and her class for being a health ally. And I pray for you all safety. If you're interested in being a doctor, a nurse, any of that, come to Chicago, come find me. Our Instagram is MEDCEEP. Medkeep. All right, holla. Peace.
And let's give a big round of applause for Dr. Abdullah, Southside's own. So, this is important because we never know the situation you may be in. But right now, you're about to be in another situation. Where's the cheer squad? Y'all make some noise for the cheer squad. Let's go. We know what's about to happen. Hey, let's get the, hey, I need some people to stand up and clap for your friend. If your friend is on the cheer squad, you need to make some noise for them right now. Let's make some noise for them right now. Let's play the Panther, get on the side. Where my Panther at? Yeah, come on out here and get on the side, man. Get this crowd hyped up, man. Make some noise, get them pumped, man. Let's go, let's go. Encore, DJ. You gotta bring it back one time. Laquan, you always do extra, and now we call you to do extra, and you don't want to do extra. Laquan, Hit him with the extra before the cheer squad go. Hold on, cheer squad. The crowd gonna hit him with the extra. We give 30 seconds. You have to up for the crowd. Make sure you guys get up. The crowd, hurry up. The crowd, hurry up. The crowd always do extra, so let's go. Oh, now you try. So we really need to get this energy that we ain't showing out like we always do. Hey, y'all clap it up. Clap it up for the cheer squad, clap it up for the quad. Oh, it's sweating over there. I see you. I see you. What's up, Miss Cook? We got the step team. Y'all clap it up for the step team. They got the pre-step team. Y'all clap it up for the step team. Let's go, step team. Show these people how we get down.
That's my student. Yeah. You better. Shabba.
Clap for that.
You better. Right now. Okay, Tierra.
All right. Hold